Good afternoon and welcome to Cardiff for the 122nd FA Cup final. It's the third time that the teams will come out of the tunnel here at the Millennium Stadium, and once again, Arsenal will be one of them. As for Arsenal's opponents today, Southampton, well, this place wasn't even a green shoot in the valleys when they last won the Cup. Oh, and speaking of green things...
Our very special guest is the year 1976!
And a tremendous roar as Laurie McMenemy on the right leads out Southampton. Manchester United to start this FA Cup final.
33 degrees centigrade, which is 91 Fahrenheit.
Is that why you're keeping a tie on? It's going to get cold.
I put the tie on because it's BBC television.
Now McCallion for Shannon, a brilliant ball!
The world is about to become a smaller place. Soon you'll be able to travel a mile every 3 seconds.
Osgood!
John Curry has won the Olympic gold medal for figure skating.
That is Olympic history for Nadia Comaneci.
McCallion to Stokes, who's onside!
You do feel a certain relief at the burden falling off your shoulder. As I say, a 7-day-a-week burden.
Laurie McMenemy and Southampton take the cup for the first time in their history.
What are we saying, sir?
Wonderful people.
Are they?
Oh, yes, they really turn us on.
Well, the ball won't start rolling down there until 3 o'clock, but we've got plenty to keep you entertained in the meantime. We'll hear from Arsene Wenger and talk to those who know him best. Yes, that's his dad. Alan Hansen has been to the South Coast for a tête-à-tête with Gordon Strachan.
What do you think you'll be like at 3 o'clock Saturday?
I'm looking very smart. I've got a lovely suit.
Nice suit, yeah.
Lovely suit.
Again, emotional.
You're trying to get this emotional thing
I'm trying to get into your head.
You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like.
It's very difficult to get into your head.
Please do not try and do it, because it's not very funny in there.
David Seaman will captain Arsenal this afternoon. He and Ray Parlour are playing their 5th FA Cup final. We'll speak to both of them. Southampton's striking duo, James Beattie and Brett Ormrod, are playing their first. We'll hear from them. We'll be marking the 50th anniversary of the Matthews final. And Bobby Robson joins us live, 25 years after Ipswich won the Cup. And as we look back on this year's competition, we find that Motty's lost the plot. Or is it the Cup?
Someone's stolen the FA Cup, apparently, and if they don't get it back, there's talk of them cancelling the final.
Sounds serious. How can I help? And as usual at the Cup final, it's a case of, I'm a celebrity, get me a ticket. Now, a lot's been made of the importance of drawing the Lucky North dressing room. Liverpool had it 2 years ago, Arsenal were in there last season, and this year, well, the coin fell in favour of Southampton. But I suppose if you're a saint, you're entitled to a little bit of luck, and they might just need it. Ivan Gaskell has been with the outsiders.
It's been a long and gruelling campaign, but while most footballers are putting their feet up this week, Southampton are still putting the work in. They still have their eyes on a glittering prize. Cup final week, cup final trappings, sunshine and sweat, media attention and a good tailor. Chris, what do you think of the suit?
Very nice.
Yeah? Your sort of style? Sort of thing you normally wear?
Nice fabric, yeah.
Good for your wardrobe too, quite nice.
Yeah. I've got no style, I just wear what I'm given.
Biggest cup competition in the world, isn't it? Good for the city, good for the club, good for me as I'm Southampton fan. It's a different story on Saturday, you know, when the whistle blows. We've been training hard and started on team shape already.
It's a formation Chris Marsden aims to be part of. Are you going to be fit for the big one?
I hope so. I mean, it's not very often FA Cup finals come around, so hopefully I'll be training Thursday. I mean, I've been struggling the last few days, I think everybody knows that, but I'm hopeful, yeah.
Midweek, injury concerns receding. Southampton clearly a happy camp. Manager Gordon Strachan being, well, Gordon Strachan.
You like that for a minute there, weren't you?
I wonder where this is going. I'm only joking.
This is cup final week. You enjoying all this?
I'm enjoying this week. The league's out the way, which was a problem. To try and fight on two fronts for us is a problem. There's no doubt about that. So we are enjoying it, yeah. But we're working very hard. And we're ready. We're ready.
After 27 years of waiting for another FA Cup final, so is the city of Southampton. And if you're still looking for a seat for the big match...
We make these chairs. This is signed by the man himself. And the sister is a traditional chair, more for the executive.
And what's this in the window?
This is a chair in tribute to dear old Bobby Stokes.
Cup final fever's clearly gone to their heads. Everyone's getting behind the team.
Come on, you Saints. Come on, Southampton!
I think we can wipe the floor with Arsenal. We'll make Southampton proud. At the same time, we've got the talent and the tactical play to do it. So just enjoy yourself. You've got this far, the FA Cup final, kill it.
There's more than one way to Cardiff. As for the Southampton squad, more conventional means. Goalkeeper Niemi apparently fit again and raring to go. Gordon Strachan has Chris Marsden back in training too. 25,000 will follow the Saints west. Last one out of Southampton, please turn the lights out. Destination Cardiff Bay. The only desire now, a decent night's sleep. So Saturday lunchtime and the clock ticking towards kick-off. I'm told that Southampton will be led by their captain Chris Marsden today. He's recovered from that knee injury. He'll play without the aid of an injection. Southampton may be outsiders, but Gordon Strachan has a game plan specifically for this final. Expect a surprise or two when the lineup's named a little later on.
So the Arsenal players will be hanging their cup final suits in the same dressing room they were in when they lost to Liverpool 2 years ago. But footballers have never been a superstitious lot. Much. Our man with the Gunners, Damien Johnson.
It's finished at Highbury. Arsenal 2, Leeds 3. And what chance now that this Arsenal team will end up this season with nothing?
I cried all the way home.
FA Cup final, second in the table. Could be a lot worse, couldn't it?
A joyful day out, a nice diversion, and a good little end of the season. Second best to the real thing, the double, but it's better than nothing.
It is not a consolation, it is a prize. And we don't want to be consolated. We are frustrated because we didn't win the league.
I think a lot of players are disappointed with the season. We set ourselves a target to win all 3 trophies, and we haven't won any yet.
With so many preoccupations, it was Wednesday before the team picked up their suits. For the record, a grey designer number. If the players get their way and a departure from tradition, they may turn up without a tie for this, their 3rd final in a row.
And I'm feeling the same way all the way.
I'm glad Freddie didn't pick this suit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Freddie... Oh, blimey. There would be holes in it and everything.
Now, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Nice, look at lightning white stuff.
Yeah, I know. Michael Jackson.
Thursday was open day at the training ground, a chance to watch the players going through their paces. And then some of the key men faced the media. The main talking point was Arsenal's lineup for Saturday.
I don't know who's going to play in the centre-back alongside with Martin.
You know, nobody know about it. I'm not sure as well.
You have so many good players in the dressing room who can be better than me on Saturday.
Are you playing?
Yeah, I'm going to play.
Some knew they were playing, others were unclear, so the manager put everyone in the picture.
Lauren looks like he has recovered, Luzny has recovered, Ray Parler has recovered. Out is Pascal Sigan, Patrick Vieira, Sol Campbell, of course, and everybody else. I have to make a decision tomorrow. I have to decide on whom I gamble or not.
The biggest gamble may be in central defence. Would Oleg Luzny emerge as a partner for Martin Keown, with both men struggling for fitness? Dennis Bergkamp was expected to join Thierry Henry up front. Whoever plays, Arsenal's manager believes opponent Southampton are already in their debt.
They're already qualified for Europe, and thanks to us. So they can be thankful on Saturday.
The Arsenal team arrived at the hotel they regularly use now yesterday afternoon. In Patrick Vieira's absence, David Seaman has answered the call to captain the side. It may be his final appearance. So less than 3 hours to go to kick-off, and Arsenal will shortly be leaving this their lucky hotel. Remember, no side has ever lost a major final after staying here. That luck will have to hold if the Gunners are to salvage something from their season.
So here we are in Cardiff, nice shot there of the Millennium Stadium, and as you can see, the roof is in the process of being closed. A late decision was made this morning that for the first time in its 122-year history, the FA Cup final will be played indoors. Well, this is where we'll be for the next 2.5 hours or so, and looking out the window, I can tell you that the roof's still got a few yards to go. It apparently takes about an hour. Well, I'll be joined by a number of illustrious names from the football world. Our first two guests are Arsenal's double-double winner, Lee Dixon. He's got his medal there. And Mick Channon, a key member of Southampton's cup-winning side of '76. Happy memories there. First, let me ask you about the roof being closed. Will that make any difference at all, do you think?
I don't think so. I think there's been a fair bit of rain got on it in the last hour, hasn't there?
I think they're worried about the pitch. That's why they've done it, because it was only laid a couple of days ago.
Absolutely. It's amazing what they do now, but what a great stadium, isn't it? I mean,
I played in America, lucky enough to play for England against Germany in America on an end-of-season tour, and they had a roof over there, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. And I think the things the players will find is the fact that there's no wind in the stadium now, which does make a difference. Yeah.
We saw a few happy memories for you there, Lee. Your best cup moment?
Well, I've said before, I enjoyed my first medal, winning that. But last year's final against Chelsea, although I didn't play, I was on the bench. I spent most of the second half warming up behind the goal, just down here. Yeah. The atmosphere and the fact that the pressure's off you a little bit as substitute, as you probably remember, Gary.
Oh, actually.
As a substitute, the pressure's off you a little bit, and I just really had a great final. Although I didn't get on the pitch, the actual.
You didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, I know. That's one of my better games.
Yeah. Mick, no need to ask you what your best memory was.
Well, I only had one, but obviously, but the final is so important. I think that all the players, they're so tense and so wound up. Nobody wants to lose a final. People remember the winner. They never remember the runners-up, do they? And but it's a great occasion and one of the great sports.
Yeah, I got the impression there, looking at the two camp reports, that it seemed to be a much bigger day for Southampton. I mean, which is fairly obvious, I suppose, because it's less likely they'll be in a final. But shades perhaps of '76, where you were big underdogs against Manchester United.
We were 7 or 8 to 1 outsiders. They're 11 to 2 today. Yeah. So I mean, but I think it's on the day. Southampton haven't got the squad that Arsenal's got, and that's that's obvious. But I think providing they can put it together on the day, and he looks as if he's going to probably have a bit of a tactical. Yeah, there might be a few shocks in his team selection from what I can gather. Naomi looks as if he's going to be fit, and there could be a few changes. But as long as they play their game and they've got. It doesn't matter from Southampton's point of view. It doesn't matter what the game's like. It's the result that matters. And I think that they look as if they're going to try and keep it tight, make the game into sort of a little bit of a stalemate, and hopefully if they can load the gun for Beattie, who knows? Could be Southampton.
What about Arsenal, Lee? Are they up for it? Is this the big one for them? Or?
It is a big one. I think there's no difference between the fact of losing the Premiership and then playing in this game. If they'd have won the Premiership, this would have been, for the double. It's now just to win the FA Cup, as we say. But this is a massive trophy to win, and there'll be no heads dropped, I'm telling you, in that dressing room.
Well, we've got a few pictures of them taking a little stroll this morning, and they look quite relaxed. There's a couple of players, David Seaman and Martin Keown on the phone. I presume they're not talking to each other, but a bit of speculation about David Seaman. Will this be his last game for Arsenal? No. You're well in the camp. You know what's going on.
I don't think so. I think things have got to change, certainly in the goalkeeper position over the next few years. He's 39 now, so somebody's got to come in and replace him. But I personally still think he's the best, one of the best in the Premiership, and I think he fancies that coaching job as well. 3 days a week, bit of fishing. He'll love that job next year. 76, mate. I mean, it's a few years ago now. You must still remember that.
Well, obviously, and it's sad with little Bobby Stokes, who we saw score the winner. He's gone now, but it was a great occasion for everyone. We got a reunion in a minute, so I'm going to have to shoot off from here. So you can imagine meeting all those lads again. That'd be a nightmare. I don't know whether they get on. What time we get on?
You've got to see the game, wouldn't you?
But it's great for Southampton, and it's what the town needed. They needed to get to a final again because
we didn't see your customary celebration in that final because you missed that chance with the keeper. But I mean, you led the way with these celebrations, didn't you?
If I'd copyrighted this, the swinging of the arm, I'd have been a rich lad,
There you go.
But, Man
so
City
where did that start?
I don't know. I was usually on my own. So I was up the pitch so far on my own. I had, a long time to get back to the rest of the lads. We used to play a system 1-9-1 in them days.
Lee was telling me earlier on that you used to do that, didn't you? Not very often.
No,
when you were a kid.
Once I did it. I used to copy. I was a Man City supporter, so he led the way in Manchester for that celebration.
Oh my goodness! I didn't realise you were that young.
Well, I must say it's nice to have you again as a pundit, mate. Because the last time you were in a pundit, which was about 17 years ago in a World Cup, you made me famous. You called me the boy lineker, and I get asked about that. People still call me that to this day.
Wherever I go, they miss the boy bit out now, don't they?
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us, and enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Cheers. Now, the FA Cup, of course, is very much the fans' day, and as ever, there's no shortage of colour outside. Southampton in yellow today, so they lost the toss for team colours, as you can see, but the customary scenes outside, silly hats and...
Come on, you say!
All looking forward to the day ahead. Still a few hours to go, but the streets are pretty packed with... Oh, dear. Some people will do anything to get on the television. In fact, I'll tell you what, it makes one feel like bursting into verse.
It still isn't the most savoured trophy in football. We've scored a goal. It's in! It's there!
There's many a one who'd be idle if the biting hunger for that sweet taste of victory didn't conspire to raise expectation to within an inch of the Artex on the average dreamer's ceiling, where footballs ricochet in the memory along roads we didn't take and off doors we didn't open. Cardiff.
We got a glimpse there of the famous old trophy, didn't we?
So you slowly discharge yourself from a stable condition, out the right side of the bed to Stevie Wonder's Superstition. Get stuck into the bran flakes, 7 cups of tea, then off to the bathroom.
Abide with me.
With your Brine Island lucky pants steeped in folklore, responsible for every win since 1974, your rabbit's foot inner soles, your sprigs of lucky heather, and a Sainsbury's bag to put on your head in case of inclement weather. Boys, noise and inflatable toys on the road to glory. You're driving. Anecdotes, footnotes and the elaborate jackanory. Full-on celebration as your colours are flown. Then a politician's U-turn. You've left the tickets at home! What? Wicker! What? Whoa! But straight from the restart, you fall back into the groove with remix classics from yesteryear like... We shall not be moved. while space hopper bladders require a master tactician, as once again you're caught offside in a promising position. To the edge of the killing fields, unable to relax, with tension and bravado, that common double act, then into the auditorium to take up your seat for this, the one-off drama starring victory and defeat. Dressed up, fired up, made up and messed up, all inside the first 60 seconds. Ornamental, ironic, temperamental, harmonic, square up as the finger of fortune beckons. To celebrate all lament, to dance like your dad at a wedding, to bring on the Trojan horse or invest in official club bedding, to hug the big bloke behind you, to become a loudmouth prat, to cry yourself a small river, to wear a court jester's hat. To be or not to be, that is the question. To believe or not to believe in the power of suggestion.
What a final! Just look at the people.
And those oh-so-special occasions, the ones that live forever, the Wembley assemblies and the tales from Wales. With 11 men, we'll forget never. Do we forget to remember or remember to forget when the dreams we buy into are broken by 11 blokes we've never met?
And he has here made a little piece of FA Cup history.
Keith Wilson, the poet there. Now, this year marks the 50th anniversary of arguably the greatest cup final of them all.
It was more than half a lifetime ago, a year that has never seen its like since, a young queen was crowned. Everest, an unconquerable mountain, was tamed. Gordon Richards rode the winner of the Epsom Derby. And there was the Matthews final.
When you're winning 3-1 and about 17 minutes to go, I'm not saying we were confident or we were slap happy, but I thought we had a good chance of at least winning the game, but unfortunately, Stanley thought different.
Bolton Wanderers versus Blackpool, Lancashire neighbours on a day out in the capital, with a sense that history might be in the making. Stanley Matthews, who'd won everything bar an FA Cup medal, had a date with destiny. Not to mention a new audience.
I was very popular as a 10-year-old in our street because we was maybe the first to have a television, and it was one of these 9-inch televisions, and all my pals were around to watch the cup final. It was just amazing.
The first sensation of a sensational cup final came in the first minute. The ball comes into centre-forward Lofthouse, who shoots from long range and beats far.
1-0 down right at the start. The thought that history might not be made was still being digested when Blackpool equalised through their other Stanley, Stan Mortensen. It didn't last. 1-1 became 2-1, and then 3-1 thanks to Eric Bell, an injured left half, limping on the wing.
Well, I don't think you ever feel that the game is safe if you're playing the game, but I did think we had a good chance of winning. But unfortunately, the opposing side, Blackpool, had a certain man called Mr. Matthews.
Matthews was already 38, but a man to whom age had no meaning. A meticulous trainer, Stan was far from ready to be called a veteran. Rather, he was a legend, a right-winger of unique gifts, not least the ability to change a game.
Well, the thing that tipped it, really, was the fact that Stan Matthews had crossed the ball from the wing, and Stan Hansen, the goalkeeper for Bolton Wanderers, actually parried it. He jumped up, caught it, and dropped it, unfortunately, and Stan Mortensen happened to be nearby. And he actually just stuck his foot out and just managed to get it over the line. And I think that was the turning point, because all we needed in that last half hour was another goal to put us on even terms.
And a free kick for Blackpool, just on the edge of the penalty area. By our watch, 2.5 minutes to go. Bolton 3, Blackpool 2.
Morty's free kick, of course, was the thing that we appreciated so much, because it was in the same sort of distance that Beckham scores now. It was a tremendous free kick. Of course, that put us on even terms.
Surely it must be a draw.
We thought it was going to extra time, of course. My stomach still turns over when I think about it. It's very emotional. It was not just a game, it was very emotional.
There's the man who's really fighting for his cup medal. Could he score the winning goal now?
Stanley had the same trick virtually, and everyone knew that trick. They still couldn't stop him, you know. He just feinted, stepped, touched the ball, just jigged and jigged. And they bought that dummy every time, and always had a great delivery on the cross.
The last goal was created by Stan as well, because he'd worked his way right up the line, beat Banks, and he ended up at the byline and crossed it back along the ground. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
It's there! Henry!
When I saw the net bulge, you know, and we'd got the winning goal, of course, that made such a tremendous difference. And I ran to Stan, of course, and thanked him for the cross. But not only that, the fact that we'd won the game was more important than anything else. And it's a memory, something I'd never forget.
So history was made. Every other honour that football could offer already adorned Stanley Matthews' record. Twice he'd been up for the consolation of a loser's medal, but now the collection was complete. What's more, it had been achieved in front of 100,000 spectators by a man of innate modesty.
As a matter of fact, I'm just breathless.
There I am, just trying to poke my head between Stanley Matthews and Stanley Mortensen at the end of the game. Must have been a great moment for Stanley Matthews. Third time lucky, and the one honour that he hadn't received in his career. So that put the icing on the cake.
I'm told that by one or two people that I was the match winner. As a matter of fact, I don't believe that, for the simple reason we have here 11 match winners.
He was 10 years ahead of his time then. I mean, it made me feel very thankful that we had someone like him in our team. Tremendous memories.
To come back from that situation, I mean, everyone was just bewildered and thought it was just amazing, dramatic television.
There was only one man in the world that could have done that, and that was Stan Matthews.
It's every schoolboy's dream of scoring a winning goal in the cup final.
How would he feel? He'd say, that was a great day. That was a great day.